So, quick run to Bunnings. Bought 10 containers. I'm going to clean up this garage. Today, we're going to... How do I put it? Today, we're going to watch someone with ADHD take control of his shed because this place is a mess. So if you're anything like me, I have ADHD, but I'm not like the hyperactive type. I'm inattentive and easily distracted, and I've got hyperfocus, like something wicked. To a point where I set out a task, I become too hyper-focused on small things, to a point where it's taken me like 2 hours to do that, and I've wasted a big part of my day of the bigger task that I needed to get done. So today we're going to tackle this shed in the way that I try and do it when I really need to get something done. I hope this helps anyone else with ADHD. So I think the biggest thing is you set out to do the task, you get out to your shed, and you see how much of a mess it is, and you just instantly become overwhelmed. All these thoughts rushing through your head. You don't know where to start, what to do, and how you're going to do it. Main thing is you can either set out a list of what you want done and then follow that list by bit. Or, what's this doing here? Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. Section off your shed or where you're cleaning into segregated areas and focus on that area and then the next area and then the next area and set little time limits for yourself. So I'm going to start with this. That is an absolute mess. It's got Harley parts down there, other bits and pieces, parts for the plants, some stuff that's just been chucked up there. Cats have decided they're going to use the Harley parts bags as a litter box, which drives me insane. So we're going to need to clean that as we store them away. So I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to clean this, and then we'll move on to the next part of the shed that I need to do. We will be working around all that because I will pull that apart another day and stash that away. I really need to do some sort of system for all those pallets because they are becoming a pain in the ass. But first, this, 20 minutes. What's the time? 2:28. So 2:48, we should have that organized. At least that's the plan. Excuse me, Susie. 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 Chapels. What are you sniffing? Oh, this is disgusting, man. You guys drive me nuts. See, a lot of this mess is I had this place organized and then I've done job from job to job, and each time I've done a job, I haven't quite put everything away each time because you're just in a hurry. You need to move on to the next task. And slowly but surely as the months pass, the garage turns into a big mess, into a pigsty. So like these, only 5 meters in that direction and they would have been in the right place, but they're over here. And then you do what I just did then. I just dumped it where it could be, in that general vicinity of where it is, because I'll get back to that one. That's the biggest thing too. If you find something that's broken or you don't really need it, or you can't remember what it's for, and you haven't obviously needed it in the last month, 3 months, 4 months, whatever, biff it, get rid of it, be ruthless. Almost convinced myself to keep this. Oh my God. But it's broken. Why do I need to keep a broken thing? It's just going to leak everywhere when it falls over. This is Mr. Rigby's first collar. I'll keep that. There's a difference between rubbish and sentimental value too. I do have a plan for these. I'm not justifying keeping it. I am going to put like a big sliding doors right here to block this off. It used to be a big brick wall here, and then I opened it up. Now I want to block it off again. Logic. Where are we at? Took us 30 minutes. That whole thing was full and just a cluttered mess. Containers is where it's at. If you've got shelving like this, you can build all the shelves you want, but if you don't have a system and way to stack them away, then you're just going to have all these items placed all over the shelf. Put them into containers, stack it all up. First, we'll start with this area right here. Then the bench over there, and that bench over there, and then finally that bench over there. No, that's not final. And then this bench here. And then those shelves over there. Break it down. Focus on one thing at a time. One tree at a time, and eventually you conquer the forest. But first, the little lady's room. I'll be back. Alright, so that's this area clean. Now that bench. I need to focus on this bench. So the camera went flat, so I'm using my phone now. I forgot to set a time for doing the whole floor of the garage. But it's 4:45 now. If we want to do this bench, I'm going to try 20 minutes again for this. Let's see if we can do it. How long was that? Just on 20 minutes. Not bad. All right, next one. So it starts to get really cluttered. Next, I need to do this area here. But in order to do over there, I think I need shelf space. So I'm going to do this one first, and then we can go over there. Okay. Oh, this one. I may have set myself up with a little bit of failure there, packing everything into those one containers, because eventually I'm going to have to rip them all out to get to something, and then fingers crossed I actually put them back.
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, Valen.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, Valen. Hello, Valen. What's in here? Got home at 6 this morning, was up again at 7:45, came into Hamilton, dropped Larry off at school, then came to McDonald's for a coffee, killed some time on the McDonald's playground with V, and just waiting for the bank to open. Head there, then go home, do some stuff, then get ready for work and go back again. And then probably do the same tomorrow, just get an hour's nap, and then get up and make the most of my day off. So at this point, you're probably wondering why I'm doing this video. Like, I've gone from Homestead to how-to with ADHD. I need to clean the shed because of all this rain we're having at the moment. I've got nowhere to build these garden beds and the chicken coop that we want to do for out the back. And I really need to get it done before spring starts to come along, which is a couple months away, which will, creep up on you pretty quick. But the rain at the moment is insane. Everywhere's flooding. There's still some states of emergency around the country at the moment. It's crazy. So I figured while I'm cleaning this shed, I might as well be real and talk about the way I deal with cleaning shed with ADHD, and hoping that maybe it might help someone else along the line. Because I feel like you watch all these things on YouTube and read up on the internet, and it's healthcare professionals telling you how you should be doing things. Which, don't get me wrong, they're healthcare professionals. It's their job. But in some aspects, it's better to hear it from someone that's got to deal with it on a daily basis, in my opinion, to a certain extent. But stuff like this, someone who's got to deal with trying to keep order in their life while there's chaos in their head and everything, I feel is a little bit more beneficial than reading some blog. I hope that makes sense. So the other day I had to call it early, and it was getting late in the afternoon to help with the kids and getting ready for baths and beds and all that sort of stuff. So it's been a day, 2, can't remember. Finished cleaning that shelf, now we're on to cleaning this so we can move some of the stuff onto the shelf over here. And then slowly move our way around. It's 12:25. Let's see if we can get this done by quarter to 1. Let's see if we can get this done by quarter to 1. So I guess there's a point to be made with like something like this. When you're setting your realistic, your timelines for each sort of segregated area that you're working on when you're cleaning up, got to be mindful of what you're trying to achieve in that particular segregated area too. I'm not too worried about these because it's just shrink wrap and I'll just use whatever size when I need it. But if you really wanted to order, this would have taken a lot longer than 20 minutes. So be realistic about what you're trying to achieve too. Don't set too short of time limits that you mess up your job and make more of a mess, or make a frustration down the road when you go to use that particular thing again. That I'm not worried about. But something else that really needed organization, probably, should have taken my time a little bit. But still set a time limit so you don't get hyper-focused and you waste half a day on organizing shrink wrap. Silly. So that was a bit of a fail. I can't remember what I said. I think I said quarter to 1. It is now 1:15. So half an hour past what I'd set for myself. But it kept me focused. I didn't let it distract me. I knew there was a time limit. I knew I had to get it done within that time limit. So I didn't allow myself to hyper-focus or get too nitpicky on certain little things. I just got it done. It doesn't really matter that it took me that long. I'm getting it done. Let's try to be a little bit more realistic. I keep setting myself half an hour time frames and 20-minute time frames. Let's try 45 minutes this time. I don't know what made me think I was going to get through this one fast. And my camera's about to go flat. So while this charges, I'm going to continue doing this and I'll show you the afterwards, I guess. So that's it. Shed finished. We cleaned off and restacked this shelf here. We cleaned all this area here. We cleaned this bench and these shelves so that this bench here could be cleaned. and then these shelves and bench here, and then my workbench over there. All that's left to do now is get rid of the rubbish, and unfortunately I have to build a few more things to allow for better shelving space. And that's how I do it. I broke it down into separate areas and then focused on one area at a time, giving me a time limit so that I could leverage my hyper-focus but not get carried away that I lost a day or two. That being said, you would have noticed the outfit changes through different segments of this video. It has taken me 3 or 4 days to do this. I'd do one segment and then probably go off and do something else around the house or spend time with the kids and family, and then come back the next day and do the next bit. Making sure I didn't get bored of the job like you do with ADHD and then just give up, but breaking up the jobs so I don't get overwhelmed and also give up. Being able to leverage something like your hyper-focus can be super beneficial if you can do it in the right way. Someone with hyper-focus and that is passionate about getting something done or it's a particular project will do that job so well, providing it doesn't take forever. The second it takes a little bit longer than they want it to, we kind of give up. Or when the project gets to the nitty-gritty little boring bits, kind of give up. Break your segments into segments as well, even more so. So like with me doing the benches, when I get to the bench, I can then break that bench down into separate parts that I can clean up. So that if it is a sort of quite a messy area of the garage or part of the property you're trying to clean, you can break that small area into even smaller bits and give yourself smaller time frames to focus on those bits and pieces. And essentially that's how I break down every job around this property. It looks like I'm always busy, but I break it down into segments. So right, today I'm going to get this done, and I set a goal because I'm terrible at writing lists. When I write a list, I never stick to it. So I just broadly give myself a goal, and then I break it into segments before I do it. So if you've got a writing list, write lists. So for a quick recap, when doing jobs like this, leverage your hyper-focus. Give yourself time frames so that you don't get too carried away. I didn't mention it before, but if you can, employ the help of someone else around you that will keep you focused on the task at hand. Your wife, friend, boyfriend, husband, girlfriend, sister, brother, even your kids. I had my daughter tell me once that I was taking too long on something and that I need to stop getting distracted. Having your 6-year-old daughter telling you that kind of gives you a quick kick up the to get something done. I hope this was helpful. I hope people that need to see something like this finds it helpful and finds this video, and I'll see you on the next one.